the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood.
You're welcome to Solution Footprints, a weekly program showcasing the evolution of Anambra State, the light of the nation. I am Ifi Aronu Okafo.
And I am Obaka Omwanibe. In this program, we'll be bringing you updates as well as showcasing the activities of Governor Soludo, CFR in Anambra State.
Solution Footprints shall also unveil the systemic approaches and templates adopted by Governor Soludo in less than 2 years of his assumption of office and the far-reaching impacts on the lives of the people of Anambra State.
Security is a global phenomenon, and Anambra State is not an exception.
Absolutely. Guided by Governor Soludo's 3 working documents, which include the People's Manifesto, the Vision 2070 report, and the Transition Committee report, 5 pillars driving the solution government in Anambra State came to being. They include
security, law and order,
economic transformation,
human capital and social agenda,
governance and value system,
and of course, the environment.
In the build-up to the November 2021 governorship election that led to the emergence of Governor Soludo as the governor of Anambra State, it was an intense period of insecurity, especially in 8 local government areas. In fact, politicians could not even campaign in those areas, especially Ihiala.
Governor Soludo came up with strategies to dislodge the non-state actors and bring peace back to Anambra State.
Governor Soludo dislodged the criminal elements and restored peace to Anambra State. And in this program today, we will bring you the high points as our reporter takes a look at the milestones recorded by the Soludo administration in the area of security. We'll take a look at where we were before and where we are right now.
On the 6th of November 2021, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, CFR, was overwhelmingly elected as governor by Anambra to serve and lead them. And on the 17th day of March 2022, he was sworn in as the 5th democratically elected governor of Anambra at the Government House, Awka, with his antecedents as the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, who revolutionized the Nigerian banking sector, and a world-class economist who was equally consulted for world-class institutions across the globe. Anambra were happy and full of high hopes and great expectations that a man who can be trusted has finally mounted the saddle.
Anambra, this is the moment. I applied for this job. My party, the All Progressive Grand Alliance Africa, shortlisted me, and you, Anambra, interviewed and employed me as your chief servant with Dr. Onyekatuku Gilbert Ibezim as my deputy. God ordained this moment, and we are grateful to him and to you all for the privilege to serve you. I see and feel all the humongous challenges. I know the lean financial base of our state. I know the limitations imposed upon a sub-national state, such as Anambra, by the peculiar structure of our federation. But ladies and gentlemen, here is my promise. I will give it my all. I will work hard, very hard every day with you to make Anambra proud.
It became obvious that his government was going to be a clear departure from what the people had gotten used to, and that it was not going to be business as usual. 2 things stood out on his day of swearing in. There were no fanfare, no parties, no renting of stadium for crowd. It was just a simple ceremony that lasted for less than 2 hours.
The ceremony was short The ceremony was to the point, very sparse, and it is a pointer to the dynamism that we should expect from the incoming administration. It's an administration that will be introducing a new order to the scheme of things.
On that same day, after taking his oath of office, Governor Soludo swung into action. He went straight to his office and assumed duties. On that first day at work, he held a security meeting that lasted for over 4 hours. He put in 8 hours and 45 minutes on his first day in office without celebrating his swearing in. It was therefore clear to Anambra that Governor Soludo came prepared for the job, with his team assembled in record time, appointing commissioners in less than 3 weeks, which would have taken others 3 months or more to achieve.
I reported here 8:45. I reported for work today 8:45, and I am leaving at about 5:50. That's about 9 hours of work today. I promised to work for at least 8 hours, and I have done more than that. And it hasn't even finished. It's only that I'm going for another assignment before I get home. So probably by the time I finish that, I would have spent over 10 hours today. Immediately after the oath of office and oath of allegiance, we went in there, had the clergy, the bishops, pray with us in the new office briefly, and then we swung to work. I have made some appointments today.
Governor Soludo hit the ground running. His first major onslaught was to tackle the menace of insecurity, which was on the verge of destabilizing the state. Security was one of the major planks of the 5 pillars of his administration. On assumption of office, 8 local government areas, largely in the southern senatorial part of Anambra and the north, were under siege by non-state actors. The local government areas include Agwata, Ihiala, Ekusigo, Nnewi North, Nnewi South, Orumba North, Orumba South, and Ogbaru. Communities such as Uke, Oko, Unubi, Isuofia, Ihiala, Osumohu, Nobi, Ekulobia, Amichi, Utu, Ajale, Oguaniocha, amongst others, were seriously troubled by the activities of these non-state actors.
As we've quite said, and we've said it over and over, we've offered only practice to all those who are in the bush to come out, surrender your guns, and we'll help to rehabilitate you to play critical roles in the development of Anambra, the southeast, and Nigeria. And but those who refuse to take that option and decide to continue with their criminal activities from the bush, various bushes around, we can only say one thing to them, and that is that they cannot cow the people. Anambra will take back their land.
As a bold and courageous leader that he is, Governor Soludo went after these criminals with the security agencies to correct the dysfunctional security situation in the state and liberated these local government areas and communities. In taking the battle to these criminals, one of the earliest appointments Governor Soludo made was to appoint a special advisor on security matters. Ben Chiobi, a retired but not tired Air Vice Marshal of the Nigerian Air Force, as well as the creation of the Ministry of Homeland Affairs, headed by a substantive commissioner. The governor was also proactive in putting in place security measures including surveillance cameras, improved police equipment and increased patrol cars, coupled with the reinvigoration and reinforcement of the state-owned vigilante group. The impact of this was a significant reduction in criminal activities and improved response time to emergencies. Criminality, which was seen as a booming and lucrative enterprise, was drastically reduced.
The difference between where we were as at the 17th day of March and where we are today in terms of security law and order seems to be like the difference between day and night. By the grace of God, I think today those local governments have been liberated and security, law and order seem to be returning to Anambra. very large. All the camps that were taken out from there, and even some of the deadly criminals that were taken out for good. And I think so far, so good. They're not totally out. Of course, you will never have a crime-free society. But as far as I can tell, Anambra, I don't know any state in Nigeria that is safer than Anambra today.
Osme is almost one of the center of these regions. But the government, in their effort, have done what they're supposed to do by creating an enablement for the security to go over everywhere. There's no where somebody will say that there is robbery or kidnapping in this area. In all the whole Mbanese, in Mbanese, we have boundary with Imo State. Government have done well to secure this place, to secure our communities, especially Neru South and Mbanese as a whole.
Community participation was not left out. With increased community involvement with President General Ndindigwe, criminals were identified more easily and camps where they hide were easily targeted and destroyed, with some of the criminals fleeing from the state.
Mr. Governor has done well. What he left for us now is the people of Anambra State in Igbo. Ka anyị jikọọ obi ọnụ, ma ndị na-eme agitation ka anyị jikọọ obi ọnụ, maka na ọ bụrụ na ebe niile dị mma mmadụ ncha ga-enwe ọrụ, a ga-enwe industries. Anyị ama na-egbu n'onwe anyị.
In an attempt to destroy these camps where the criminals reside, Governor Soludo dedicated time and resources to ensure that Ndi Anambra can sleep with their two eyes closed without the fear of being kidnapped, molested, or even killed by these deadly criminals.
We are very happy that things are flowing, that the non-state actors are no longer intimidating the masses, that our government are helping, providing security to some extent, and can see people. We are loading to Nnewi, from loading to Onitsha, and nobody is being molested or hindered from moving to his business.
Today, to the glory of God, Ndi Anambra can now heave a sigh of relief as the once insecure state has been reclaimed by Governor Soludo to a more secured and peaceful state.
Some time ago, I was a little worried about coming home to Anambra because of the state of insecurity. But now I'm very relaxed about coming here today to see His Excellency, and that's a result of the changes that have followed his tenure in office.
Indeed, it will not be out of place to say that Anambra is now one of the safest states in the country, as attested to by Ndi Anambra themselves and visitors alike.
You're still watching Solution Footprints, and that was an exposition, truly watching the interesting milestones of Governor Soludo in restoring security and peace of mind in Anambra State.
You know, security is the choice of everybody. It cuts across the high, the middle, and the low.
Everyone.
It is when you are secured that you'll be able to get to the next level of your endeavor.
Sure, and Ndi Anambra are already reaping the benefits of security in Anambra State. And during the last Christmas holiday, it was a mass return for Ndi Anambra in the diaspora and even from other parts of Anambra State.
It was not only the mass return that was the main thing there.
Tell me more.
Most families were able to conduct safely and effectively those socio-cultural activities, and there was peace.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we'll catch up with the high points of the last Christmas celebration in Anambra State. It was memorable and unforgettable. I was in Anambra, were you?
Of course I had.
We had fun.
And I had a nice time.
Okay, so let's hear from others.
As an itinerant and highly entrepreneurial people, the Igbos generally, including Ndi Anambra, can be found in any part of the world, and they have achieved remarkable successes anywhere they found themselves. Coming home to celebrate Christmas is one of the annual rituals that an average Anambra looks forward to. However, due to the insecurity that beclouded the southeast region, Anambra inclusive, the fear of coming home to spend Christmas became a serious issue by Anambra in diaspora and those living within but outside the state. The election of Professor Charles Soludo CFR became the antidote to curb the menace of insecurity and douse the apprehensions of Anambra both within and outside the state. It is on record that before Governor Soludo assumed office, there were communities where Anambra could not come home to celebrate Christmas with their families and loved ones because of fear of insecurity. It was therefore not surprising that a few months to Christmas, all connecting air flights to Anambra State had been fully booked from Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt and other states, including those in the diaspora. The turnout for Christmas celebrations in Anambra State was massive and unprecedented. This was a significant improvement of the previous year.
Last year, that was massively turned up because they have never failed on security aspect of it. If you can go to Oka, you will not see hotel too much. I believe that in Oka, we have no less than 200 or 300 hotels. So you say they don't have hotel, there's no room. That shows that government is working very, very well in security aspect of it. And I believe that more days, more improvements. Like when I booked for my coming down to Anambra last year, I couldn't get Anambra. I only have small space at Asaba. So that shows that our government is working, our government is working. All my prayers are let him keep it up.
Anambra from the communities like Upo and Unubi in Nnewi South Council area, Achina in Agwate Council area, and other communities that were hitherto afraid to come home for the Christmas came home en masse to celebrate Christmas with their families and loved ones, with majority of them commending Governor Soludo for restoring the state back to the path of peace, orderliness and progress.
This Christmas, we are very happy what God have done so far. We have not had or hear any sad news. We are grateful to God and the security outfit. We thank God for Anambra State government. We thank God for Nnewi South. Last year, last 2 years, last 3 years, no, you can't see people crowd like this. You can't see occasions like this. But this year, God have done it. So we are grateful to Anambra State government. My message is to Soludo that God should strengthen him the more and God should keep him. We need more from him and he will do. We are hopeful.
Christmas and also made this period is very, very okay. All the ezigbote mma maka na a na-agba mmanwụ na-eme mmemme dị iche iche na-agba nkwụ nwaanyị dị iche iche ụmụ agbọghọbịa na-alụ di ụmụ okorobịa na-eje na-akpọtara anyị ndị oriakụ obi na-adị anyị mma.
Indeed, it was excitement galore, joy and happiness all over the communities and the entire Anambra State as people celebrated and enjoyed their Christmas holidays.
So over 5-10 years, people are no more coming to do Christmas in the village. But this season, both our brothers and sisters living abroad and the other part of the world, all of them come home. You see activities all over the place. So we give government kudos to that because I know that nothing goes for nothing. If not that security is on ground, I don't think that we might have enjoyed that type of celebration.
About Christmas of Moburo of Mofuma. I am with anger and the people that are known of Mofuma. I work to celebrate Sobado. I'm very
happy that the Christmas goes successfully. Our brothers who have not been coming home for long, they are all come home now. And we celebrate Christmas in peace and happiness. And we thank God for the roundabout they put for us here to avoid accidents. We are very happy.
This was unlike few years back. before the coming of Governor Soludo when people were scared to come home. The Anambra have to this day remained grateful to a workaholic governor and a man who has come to serve them selflessly. A man they love and fondly refers to as Charlie Wambwafo, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, who has come to wipe their tears and brought joy and smiles to the faces of the Anambra.
And so, this is where we draw the curtain on this maiden edition of the program, Solution Footprints.
And next time on the program, we'll unwrap another dynamic dimension on Governor Soludo's transformative agenda in Anambra State towards delivering an ideal Anambra, a livable and prosperous Anambra State for the present generation and the future.
For our valuable viewer out there, see you next week.
I am Ifi Arono Okafo.
And my name is Obaka Onwanibe.
Bye now.
With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only